If you're a heating air machine technician, what do you need to know about finding a mentor or coach and paying them? And why does it matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a perfect day to talk about you for HVAC technician sales secrets. Okay, there may be a point where you want to hire a coach or a mentor, and they have the skills, the talents, and the capabilities to help you get to where you need to be. And part of that here in video number 4 is they know how to work with you. Now, there is all sorts of different personalities out there. There are all sorts of different ways that people learn, right? There's 4 ways that people learn. There's visual, they see. There's auditory, they hear. There's kinesthetic, they touch. And then there's digital, which means that they are super technical. You typically find like engineers in this range. And the reason this is important is everybody has a different learning style and a learning process. Now my lowest ability to learn is auditory. This is why I really love video, right? Because I get to see and hear at the same time. And so like when I work with heating and air conditioning technicians, they're usually visual and they're usually kinesthetic because they're used to touch. So if you have a coach or a mentor that predominantly trains and coaches auditory where you hear it, but you're like, I do visual and I do kinesthetic, it may take you a little bit longer to learn. Now, I have seen coaches, I have seen mentors get upset at their students because it's a mismatch. They're auditory, they talk and it's auditory and the student is visual. Well, you have to be able to ask the question and figure out which way are you. And an easy test is like if you talk about something and you talk about how you see the world, you're visual. If you talk about how you hear it, you're auditory, you feel it, right? So like if you say like, I see what you're saying, it's a clue that you're visual. If you say, I hear you, it's a clue that you're auditory. If you say, I feel you, it's a clue that you're kinesthetic. And if you say, I get it, it's a clue that you're digital. But if you pay attention, you're going to pick up on the world around you and how people interact. Your coach, your mentor, the person you're looking to pay should be able to work with pretty much all 4 of those, right? All 4 of those. And this right here is why you should join my email publication. I will give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel. Now, we're going to add some layers of complexity to this. I am very linear. I put things on the horizon and I put like mile markers in place and I do very well with that. My kryptonite for the learning process is people who have ADD or ADHD. It takes a lot for me to work with them. Am I saying I can't? No, I'm not saying I can't. I'm saying it's tough for me because I don't think in those terms. And so in the beginning, when I started coaching and training, I had a different learning process. Remember, I'm highly visual, highly kinesthetic. And then I would work with somebody who is highly ADD and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to do this. Because I put things on a straight line and I go from A to Z. Kinesthetic goes from A to 100 and then back to Z and then back to Godzilla. Like, I didn't know how to deal with this. Now I do. Like, I don't know, when I first started coaching salespeople in like 2008, 2009, I struggled with that. Now that I'm a couple cheeseburgers past that in life, it's a little bit different story. So these are the questions you should be asking is, how do you deal with different learning modalities? What if I'm slow? What if I'm a fast learner? I am not a fast learner. I'm a very slow learner. And all that people know, like, hey, you should be picking up on this by now. I'm like, I grew up with a reading problem. I had all sorts of problems growing up. I don't pick up on stuff fast. I pick up on it slow, and I'm okay with that. So when somebody comes to me and say, hey, Scott, I'm a slow learner. Are you okay with that? I'm like, absolutely. Hey, Scott, I got ADHD. Can you deal with that? I can today. 10 years ago, I really struggled with it. Hey, Scott, I'm kinesthetic. You good? Yep. Scott, I'm auditory. You good? Yep. Hey, Scott, I'm visual. You good? Yep. Right? You should really be asking the person that you're going to be working with, how do you teach and what are your modalities? And if you do have ADD or ADHD, you should be asking about that too, because for some people like me, it is my kryptonite. I've got family members that have severe cases of ADHD and like it takes a lot. I can deal with it. It just takes a lot out of me. Your coach, your mentor should be able to do the same. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. That would be fantastic. 3, share this video with a friend or tag them. All love you. They'll love you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.